Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's virtual Sunday School. Now before I get to the topic today, I want to ask you a question. What do you think is a hero? What makes a hero? Now wait a minute. Before you start thinking about superpowers and a cape and all that kind of stuff,
no capes!
Let's think about what makes a hero. Now, some people say it's somebody that is selfless, meaning that they always put the needs of somebody else before their own needs. Maybe you think it's somebody that has great courage, who is brave enough to run into a burning building to save a family, kittens, and all of that. Or maybe you think a hero is somebody who will sacrifice something, meaning that they'll lose something that's very important to them for somebody else's benefit. Now, I know that we said we weren't going to talk about capes and superpowers and all those kinds of things.
No capes!
But who are some of your heroes? Heroes that exhibit those characteristics of selflessness, of courage, and of self-sacrifice. Let's talk about one of your heroes, Captain America. Now, I picked Captain America because when I was in the service, I was a captain. So he was a hero of mine. But I want to talk about Captain America before he was Captain America, before he had his superpowers, when he was just a small and scrawny kid. I mean, he was somebody that your brother or sister could beat up. But there was a war going on and he wanted to fight and defend his country. That's an act of selflessness. And then what about his courage? I mean, going to war is a very difficult thing. It's really scary. But he didn't worry about that. He had the courage to say, I want to be part of this and I want to fight for my country. So let's talk about the last one, self-sacrifice. Now, some people would say that just going to war by itself is sacrifice. But I want to look at just a very specific example. One day, while Captain America was training, somebody threw a hand grenade into the middle of the company where he was training, and everybody scattered all over the place. I mean, a grenade's going to go off. But what did Captain America do? He leaped on the grenade to save everybody because he knew if that grenade exploded, it would kill a lot of people. But instead, he sacrificed himself, or at least he thought he did, and it turned out it was just a test.
He's still skinny.
But it doesn't matter because Captain America showed that he was willing to sacrifice himself for others. In the Orthodox Church, we have superheroes too. We call them saints, and they've done some really cool things. I mean, St. Patrick, he chased the snakes out of Ireland. We have St. Nicholas, who calmed a raging storm.
You shall pass!
And we've got St. George, who was sent off to fight a dragon. But who was their hero? Who did they look up to? Who was their example? Jesus Christ. Now, we've already talked about the great things and the miracles that Jesus has done. We've seen that Jesus is a man of action. He's out there and he's doing something. But as we continue the story of Jesus, we're going to find out that he did one of the most heroic things that anybody has ever done. Now, where we last left off, Jesus had been arrested and he was being brought to trial. And this wasn't a very fair trial at all because Jesus was innocent. But they found him guilty and then they gave him the worst punishment that the Romans had, and that was crucifixion. And this is what you see every single time that you come in the church, is you see this icon here. But is that the end of the story? Was Jesus a superhero that did miracles and then the end just died? No, there is more. Maybe think about it this way. The cross now is Jesus's grenade. Remember the story about Captain America? He threw himself on the hand grenade to save just a few people, the people in his company. Jesus Christ sacrificed himself not only for us, but for all of humanity. That's us who are living, those who have passed away, and even all of creation, all the plants, all the animals, all the trees. This self-sacrifice was for much, much more than any superhero that we've ever heard of. Jesus' death did something very important. It built the bridge between heaven and all of mankind. And it's this bridge that gives us this connection forever. Not just in church, but for all times we will be connected to God. Don't worry, this story has a happy ending, so tune in next week to find out what happens.